Here we are, this is who we are.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Nathan, we have a patron request from Lori. Say hi to Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Okay. So this is what Lori had to say about this request from Zayn. You ready? This is from his solo album called Icarus Falls. The song is called Good Years. It's his second solo album. She goes on to say it's unclear whether it reflects his thoughts after leaving the group, or more specifically, his friendship and fallout with Louis at the time. Yeah, interesting. She goes on to say, I can't find anywhere that he addresses it. I've only found the lyric video and some fan-made ones, so a lyric video it is. So we're going to watch a fan-made lyric video. Before we start, I want to preface this. We've really enjoyed his latest album, Room Under the Stairs. It's fantastic. And of course, people have said, you guys, you need to go back and reinvestigate some of the older stuff. You might be surprised. So I wonder if that's the song where we might be surprised. Because I admit, when we did Pillow Talk or whatever it was at the time, our headspace probably wasn't in for that kind of music and sound. Maybe it'd even be better now. Like, it's just our journey then, we just weren't ready for Pillow Talk. But now that we know Zayn better, and yeah, it does matter, folks. Unfortunately, that's how it works. If you don't like somebody, you probably won't like their art.
Yeah.
It's the bias is real in us. We're humans, right? Bias is real. Now, I'm not saying we're not guilty of it, but before you cast the first stone, I dare say, have you not experienced bias in your life? And it takes even a greater person who recognizes that and turns it around into something positive. Anyways, so that being said, I'm curious what this soundscape will sound like.
Yeah.
Do you want to make a call? Do you want to say it's about the group or Louis? Maybe we should make that call at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Let's decide at the end what we think.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Or maybe it's nobody.
I'd rather be anywhere but here. I'd rather be anywhere but here. I close my eyes, I see a crowd of 1,000 tears. I pray to God I didn't waste all my good years, all my good years. The voice is screaming loud as hell. We don't care about no one else. Nothing in the world could bring us down. Now we're so high among the stars without a worry. And neither one of us wants to say we're sorry. I'd rather be anywhere but here. I'd rather be anywhere but here. I close my eyes, I see a crowd of 1,000 tears. I pray to God I didn't waste all my good years, all my good years, all my good years. Too much drugs and alcohol. What the hell were we fighting for? 'Cause now the whole damn world will know that we're too numb and just too dumb to change the story. Neither one of us wants to say we're sorry. I'd rather be anywhere but here. I'd rather be anywhere but here. I close my eyes, I see a crowd of 1,000 tears. I pray to God I didn't waste all my good years, all my good years, all my good years. Need a chance just to breathe, feel alive. And when the day meets the night, show me the light. Feel the wind and the fire, hold the pain deep inside. It's in my eyes, in my eyes. I'd rather be anywhere but here. I'd rather be anywhere but here. I close my eyes, I see a crowd of 1,000 tears. I pray to God I didn't waste all my good years, all my good years, all my good years. I pray to God I didn't waste all my good years, all my good years, all my good years.
This is a very good song, very good composition. And the message is loud and clear as far as I'm concerned, but I'll get to that. Yeah, I love the message in the song for two things. I like the idea that of him saying we all have this, not regret is the right word, but when something bad happens in your life, especially over a certain period of time, you wonder yourself, oh man, especially because Nathan and I, we're getting older. We reach a big milestone birthday this year. And there's parts of me, I'm like, oh, I've wasted so much time on XYZ, whether it's a way of being with somebody or whatever it is. And you think, did I waste some good years? Did I waste time? In sense, whether it's a month or years. And time is the most valuable commodity we have. And sometimes it's hard to not sometimes wonder, did I waste some good years? So that part of the song really resonated with me, made me think of times or things in my life that I've wasted myself on. But that's the human experience. But that's what art does. It makes you reflect.
Yep.
Song-wise, this is a beautiful song. This is a top-tier song. I really liked Zayn singing. I liked the composition. I liked the sound effects with the echo. Yeah, this is a great track. I don't know why did he do Pillow Talk? I think if we go back to Pillow Talk, I remember it was too, whatever that was, the EDM or I like soulful Zayn. I like this sound. I like this more contemporary, powerful, emotive type singing that Zayn obviously can do, and he really belts it out here. Room Under the Stairs, great album, I love it, but it's a very soft album, and that's not a criticism, but it's just a very soft, he sings it very soft, very quiet, very introspective, but this is more of a belting song, which I really like. And then lastly, my verdict is it's about Louis. Sam in our chat here, she said, it's never been confirmed, but Louis did tweet the day the song was released, quote, "What a hypocrite." But again, nothing was confirmed. So now maybe Louis was projecting. He could be wrong about the assumption. Maybe he thought it was about him. But Louis felt, at the very least, Louis felt it might have been about their relationship. And there's some lines in there that if you were to equate it to a fighting and not getting along and not saying sorry, Louis took it personally at the very least. So who knows?
It's interesting that the line is, we both didn't say sorry, and he couldn't bother to say sorry. I am grateful that we've got some of that context, because thinking about this just objectively from the outside, it could be about anything. And that's a bit more credit to the song itself, is if you didn't know any of the context, you wouldn't attribute that to anything. It could be a relationship, like a breakup with somebody. But saying I would rather be anywhere but here, in the context of the 1,000 screaming voices, this feels very like it could be being there in the band, and the people that need to say sorry for each other could be anybody. It doesn't need to be one person. Looking at it objectively to where things are now, to Zayn's credit, it still stands as a bit more of a timeless song because of its applicability to any time period. It doesn't have to be about that time. I'm much happier with where Zayn has landed with his music now. Under the Stairs, there's songs in there that I've got on my phone now that I think these are re-listenable over and over again. And that's where it lands with me.
Yeah, fair analysis. Room Under the Stairs. It took 6 years to work on it. He's in a different headspace. I hate the term mature. I think the music reflects where he's at, which makes it that much better too.
Yeah. I like the sound of his voice, and I like a lot of things about it. But boy, the lyrics on Under the Stairs are so solid, and there's a lot more art in it. And this one feels a little bit more like, I'm going to write a pop song that captures a bit of what I was like in One Direction and a little bit about this. And I prefer the real Zayn that we get to hear in Under the Stairs to this.
Yeah. Sure. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Zayn. And of course, thank you, Lori, for this great request via our system. Check out the description in this video on how you too can get us to react to a song.
As I've been sitting here considering my options, the multitude of thoughts that have been perpetrated in this conversation, the conclusion that I have drawn is that there is no other alternative except for me to get the hell out of here.